welcome back with another episode of our podcast here at Narson Studios. My name is Minahil, and today we have a very special guest joining us, Miss Patil Bolian, who is the project manager at AR Lab, which is a leading provider of extended reality solutions, as well as mobile game development based in Dubai. Thank you for joining us, Miss Patel.
Thank you for having me.
Before we delve into the questions, I would really like you to talk about your company and the kind of solutions that you offer at AR Lab to your clients and how they will shape the business and their marketing strategies.
So, thank you for this lovely introduction and for having me on the podcast. It's been quite a year at the AR Lab. We started out as a gaming company, and on top of that, we added XR technology, CGI, video production, and even 3D billboard campaigns. We became the partners of TikTok and Snapchat in the MENA region. And in this year, we created over 200 lenses, AR lenses, which is quite big. And so brands, they basically come to us with an objective or sometimes even a problem. And since everything starts with a strategy, we come up with the concept and tackle every business issue from a strategic standpoint. So the technology we use is basically the tool that incorporates the latest activations and the engaging features that platforms are using.
That's exactly the kind of work that we here at Narson are trying to bring to life and share with our viewers from the developing sectors such as fashion, real estate, or healthcare, and try to explain just how immaculate these solutions can be for transforming the business. I mean, the possibilities could be endless. Now, looking at the broader picture, what are some of the most challenging aspects of working with XR technologies, and how do you overcome them?
So that's a good question. I would say that the most challenging aspects currently is maybe that there's not enough knowledge about this type of technology. So not a lot of people know what can or cannot be done, as well as there's some limitations to the technology itself. So how we overcome this challenge is, for example, we're doing a lot of workshop that expands the knowledge and raises the adoptions of XR. And since this technology is always evolving, we're always keeping up with the trends. We're always learning new features, we're testing out new products, and that's how like we're trying to keep ahead of the curve.
Okay. Who are your ideal clients of, or like target markets for AR, VR, and gamification projects?
So, our ideal client or partner is someone who is curious, someone who is open to innovation, someone who is brave enough to walk with us outside of the box. So, for example, governmental entities in Saudi Arabia, they're always pushing for innovation, for new technology. They're always challenging us to come up with even better solutions. So they're challenging us to challenge ourselves, and we love that kind of traction.
Exactly. So you're doing pretty well in Saudi Arabia for like
Yeah,
the
it's one of
ministries
our
and
top
everything.
markets. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And apart from that, how do you stay ahead of the curve of this in this rapidly evolving industry? What trends are you most excited about?
So we have a very dedicated team for research and development, and on a daily basis, they are trying out new products. They are trying to develop new ways of work, which could possibly result in a breakthrough. So you could say they are on the front. They are always on the frontiers of the next best thing. And currently, we're super excited in digital fashion, and we're heavily invested in that. And as a matter of fact, we're working on a new product that will be out soon. I can't really talk about it now. Maybe next time I'm on the podcast, I can delve into that more. But for now, it's still in the works, basically.
Okay. So these projects that you're creating, these are all for AR or more of all sorts of immersive technologies interlinked.
It's gonna be mainly AR. This new product we're working on, it's gonna be mainly AR for now. But
All
we
right.
don't know how we can evolve that. Maybe we can like later grow on that. But for now, it's gonna be just AR.
But apart from that, What are some of the biggest challenges or opportunities you see in the XR market for the next few years?
So I would say some of like when it comes to challenges in the AR VR market, content creation it stands out prominently because it's not just the need to develop like entertaining experiences, but also meaningful and impactful, relevant. Industry relevant experiences. So it's crucial for driving a widespread adoption in this kind of technology. And then there's also the issue of accessibility. For example, VR headsets, as you know, they can be quite expensive, and this
Yes.
could create a barrier for some potential users. So reducing the cost of this kind of hardware and improving the accessibility, it's very essential for making VR inclusive. And for AR, I would say that the challenge it would lie in creating like practical and everyday applications that are seamlessly integrated into the user's lives. So it's not about technology only, it's also about ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to experience the immersive worlds of AR and VR.
Okay. So, how do you see them impacting different industries on our like daily lives?
Okay, that's a good question. I would say that the future of, for example, XR is very exciting, and its impact in our daily lives it's really it's going to be transformative. And I'm not just talking about headsets and simulations. I'm talking about a shift in how we perceive and interact with the world. So, for example, in terms of industries, XR it's going to potentially revolutionize healthcare, education, even manufacturing. So, like for example, imagine students exploring ancient civilizations through an immersive AR experience. We've also even created a VR experience that allows people to learn how to drive. So, in a
Okay.
like very safe environment. So I think when it comes to our daily lives, it's on the brink, like XR is on the brink of becoming seamlessly integrated. And it's basically there to elevate our reality and improve what we already see. Like those new, the AR smart glasses, for example.
Yes, like the
Like
Google
that's
ones.
yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
that's also going to be like seamlessly part of our daily lives. And I guess it's just like basically the evolution of of technology, like how we started out with landline phones and then cell phones and then smartphones. It's just a kind of how it's going. And the impact of XR, it goes beyond entertainment. It's about enhancing like our understanding of the world and augmenting our capabilities.
All right. So, moving on to the next question, which is what are the most popular types of XR projects you've worked on?
So the most popular XR projects we've worked on, I would say, are gamified experiences because they engage people. So brands, especially, they love using gamified AR lenses, for example, because users are always being engaged. They're always trying to beat their own score, and when it's a game, it's more it captivates the attention of a user. And there's also like the selfie lenses. It's also like they work really well because I think it's human nature. People like to see their faces in those experiences and share it with people. So integrating like an AR selfie experience with a gamified lens, it really it pushes that boundary.
But in your opinion, what are the biggest misconceptions or roadblocks hindering wider public acceptance of these XR technologies? And how can we overcome them?
Okay, so I would say, for example, one of the biggest misconceptions might be that some people just think it's cool, it's fun, those kinds of experiences, but the value is actually way more. So, for example, it helps achieve business objectives and it makes users' lives easier. So, we can overcome these kinds of misconceptions by integrating AR in our daily lives through workshops, through testing different kinds of lenses and spreading the value of AR by doing proactive works for clients to manifest the value of AR is also very important.
All right. So Moving on, we finally have a project manager at AR Labs. What are you most proud of achieving so far? And what excites you most about the future of the company?
So we were very privileged to spearhead the activation of the Saudi Fashion Week using augmented reality. So what we did is we crafted a total of 22 lenses for five esteemed Saudi designers. And the way we did that, it wasn't just creating the AR experiences, but it was like telling a story. So we created these lenses in a way to stay true to the designer's visions and inspirations. So we created selfie lenses, showroom lenses. We created even AR mirror experiences, which the user can stand in front of the AR mirror, and the designer's designs are augmented on the user's body itself. And we even created a virtual runway lens to like elevate the overall experience. So it was pretty cool. It was quite challenging, I would say, because we only had 2 months to create everything, like from the ideation, coming up with the ideations, the storyboard phase, creating the lenses, and even testing them. So all being done in 2 months time frame was quite challenging, but it was really nice seeing everything come to life, and seeing the reactions of the designers, of people who got to experience that the digital fashion week was pretty cool. So we're excited to take on bigger projects for this coming year.
So before we wrap things up, I really want to ask you for like people who are moving into this industry or who plan to invest in this industry, do you have any
Yeah.
advice or like any words of wisdom that you would like to add to our podcast if they're watching and they're a little reluctant about it?
I think it's a really interesting industry. It's very engaging, and it's really cool to come up with those kinds of concepts. And the easiest way you can dive into this world is maybe doing a little bit of research. The nice thing about AR, for example, is very accessible. So if you have a laptop, you can, for example, access a Lens Studio and create your own lens. And there's even a step-by-step guide. So the accessibility of it makes it very approachable for people who are new to this kind of industry. So it's nothing, it's not rocket science basically, and it's an interesting field. So go for it. That's what I would say.
Well, all right. I want to extend my gratitude to our guest from AR Lab, Miss Patil Bolian, who for sharing her experience and insights into the fascinating world of extended reality, gamification, video motion graphics, and production. As we conclude this episode, stay tuned for more captivating conversations right here at Narson Studios. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.